This is episode 12 of the 3P podcast. James, Tristan, Maddoc back again. And today we're going to be discussing the NBA Finals breakdown and who we think is going to take home the Larry O'Brien this year. But before we do that, you might notice Tristan's wearing a beautiful Pacers jersey. And the explanation behind this is in the group chat after game 5, I believe, of the Eastern Conference Finals. Tristan and I were still holding out hope that the Knicks were going to come back and win this series. Maddoc very adamantly told us that we were delusional and foolish. And Tristan, in the spur of the moment, decided to make a bet with Maddoc that the Knicks would indeed.
Actually, I made the bet.
Yeah,
That's
you pawned it, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
Tristan said the Knicks will
Down
climb the mountain.
3-1.
The Knicks won one game, and then all went to pieces in Game 6. And apparently, Benedict Matherin's jersey ships a lot faster than Luka Doncic's jersey because less than like a week later, here we are, a beautiful blue and dark blue and navy gold jersey for the Pacers.
Just
So
a diehard Pacers fan.
The moral of the story is if LeBron James isn't on the team, don't bet when your team's down 3-1.
True.
That's
Also, just don't bet.
Bets doing that.
LeBron coming back all the way from 3-1. That's the breakdown behind that. Gentlemen, it's been a full NBA season. I think we did an episode for the breakdown of the NBA, or at least or maybe December for one of our episodes. So it's crazy. It's been like 6 months. We have the Pacers and the Thunder. Tristan, I'm going to start with you. Pacers or Thunder in this NBA Finals?
Well, and I'm wearing the jersey. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be Thunder in 5.
Ooh.
I think the
You're not
Thunder
getting
the Thunder flat out are just a better team. Watching the Timberwolves, I want to say it was game 4 of the Timberwolves. The final 4 minutes of that game, the Thunder missed one shot. It was Jalen Williams or Shea were just going up and they were shooting any shot they wanted and it would go in. When the Thunder are on, which is so far more often than not, they're on and they're unbeatable.
Mm-hmm. That was honestly a disappointing series. I was hoping for Ant to put up more of a fight.
Anthony Edwards played horrible the entire series.
Besides the one game that they won.
He played really
well
one game they won, and then the other 4 games, horrible. To the point where if he had a good game in 2 of those games, they would have won both of the games.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question before you guys get to that, before you get to Maddoc's opinion. How much of the Timberwolves' loss is based on losing that series is based on poor play as opposed to roster construction? And do they need to blow things up a little bit to potentially get better? Or should they stick with what they have and hope that the players play better next
year? I think they should get rid of Julius Randle.
Oh my gosh!
I don't like Julius Randle with them. He was surprisingly good this year, and if they did keep him, maybe they'll be okay again next year. I just don't think Julius Randle is a championship level co-star. But also, it's definitely due to the poor play because Anthony Edwards played bad. Randall was 50-50 the entire series.
Yeah, he had half of his games were 30 points and the other half were 11 points.
Yeah, and they really did not get consistent help from the bench the entire series. They had the one game where the bench players.
One game,
that was game 4.
Yeah, and they still lost that game too after getting 65 points from Alexander Walker, DiVincenzo, and McDaniels. You have to win that one game where you have bench help. That was hard to watch. Maddoc, what about you? Do you think they need to blow things up at all and get rid of more than Randall, or do you think it lies with performance?
I think some of it. I think there's basically 2 things. One of them is performance. I think we just saw Anthony Edwards be bad, and some of that is credit to the Thunder for having absolute clamps defenders, from 1 to 8 on their roster, which is oh my gosh, if the Lakers just had one of those guys, I would be so happy. But of course, it's no, we get Jared Vanderbilts, Which he's a decent defender, but he cannot.
He doesn't provide the
anyway.
Value. Guys on the floor.
Some of it is performance, and I think there's some that can be contributed to just the Thunder being good. I don't think that the Timberwolves should just blow it up for the sake of blowing it up. Like, no, I don't think that if we got to the Western Conference Finals next year and they had the same roster, they would win against the Thunder. I think the Thunder are just better than them right now. But, like, I can agree with getting rid of Randall if you're actually going to get someone with championship ceiling, I guess.
Right.
Like, I don't want to get rid of Randall just because, he wasn't good enough to get us to a championship and then replace him with, like, Bradley Beal. Or I know that's not realistic, but, like,
Bradley Beal won't
someone like that.
Phoenix. He's got
He's got a no trade clause. But like someone like that. I want, like, if you're getting rid of him and you're getting Kevin Durant, then yes, I like that. But if you can't have if you don't have another good option like that, I mean, you still made it to the Western Conference Finals, which the Timberwolves have done, twice otherwise in their existence, and one of them was last year. So, like, you're still putting a good product onto the court. You're still one of the two best teams in the conference. You're still, selling tickets, putting butts in seats. I don't think you should get rid of Randall just to get rid of him. But if you're getting someone like Kevin Durant, who has, like, championship upside, who's been there before, who would fit well with the team, then I'm absolutely down with that. Otherwise, I think it's fine to run it back. However, they're going to have to make decisions on Randall is not under contract this summer.
Yeah.
Naz Reid is not under contract this summer. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is not under contract this summer. They're going to have to figure out, can you keep all three of those guys in the first place? Maybe not. Maybe you have to get rid of someone just because you don't have the cap space in order to keep them. My guess would be that they keep Randall and Naz because Gobert's offense has fallen off a lot. Fallen off from where it was.
It was never really
kind of a crazy thing to say about Rudy Gobert or whatever. But then, you're losing, like, one of your key defensive guys off the bench, your sixth man, who has had multiple great games in the playoffs, which, hey, we got an open spot on the Lakers. I mean, I'm just saying that'd be a perfect fit. But I don't know if we could even afford him, because he's probably going to demand a bag and probably start somewhere else. Because he's, like, that's, like, what everyone needs. No matter how many, like, guys you have, who you have on your roster, every single team in the league wants to add a guy like Nickeil Alexander-Walker because he plays good defense and he can shoot the three at, like, high volume and shoot 40% from the corners, And that's, like, just something that everyone wants. So I think he's probably going to get a bag from, like, I could see him maybe, like, going to the Pistons if they have some, like, money to spend. I think he would fit really well there with what they're trying to do.
Especially if Star Thompson develops, having two wings like that.
Yeah, I could see him possibly going to, like, the Magic, but, like, just, like, a kind of a team like that, like, made the playoffs, didn't win a round, but wants to, like, keep developing their roster, like, but has, like, cap space to work with. I feel like that's kind of the place that he will probably gravitate towards, and I think he'd be great with either of those teams.
Another question. We saw Shea outplay Ant this series, and it was quite obvious. A lot of people keep going, well, he's only 24 years old. At what point do you guys expect to see Ant break through to the finals? And how crucial is it that he does it in the next couple of years as opposed to, like, 5 years down the road? Tristan, you first.
Well, I mean, it's going to be tough being in the Western Conference. There's a lot of guys. Carmelo Anthony in the 2000s. People are like, "Oh, he'll be back at the Western Conference."
Yeah,
he never was back.
No. He didn't even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
No, and has been here twice, but the West is not getting any easier, especially if Giannis gets traded to the West, like rumors are saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much it actually, like, weighs on it being and making it to the finals in the next 3 years, because, like, the Thunder are not getting worse. They're all young. I don't know if any team is going to be beating the Thunder in the next couple of years in the West. I don't think that's really. I think Ant can just do what he is already doing outside of this series, just play ball. Because, I mean, Anthony Edwards this year outside of the Western Conference Finals was a top 5 player in the league. So he's doing his job.
I do think, as much as I love Anthony Edwards, I do think a lot of his stock has been really pumped up, where we haven't really it's hard to say that he's been disappointing because he is 24 years old and been to the Western Conference Finals twice. But if you think about this playoff run just in and of itself, okay, you went crazy against the Lakers because we had no one to protect the rim. You're like the best rims like driver in the entire league. You're like one of the fastest players. You're gonna score well. You're gonna play well. Like, sure, you beat the the Golden State Warriors without Steph Curry, and you played like you didn't even play. He didn't even play amazing in that series. I mean, he probably averaged like his season average like 27 or something.
They won that series real quick before you continue. I was just going to say, I feel like that Warriors series, they just won one. Steph's not there. I think the Timberwolves actually played a horrible series. If Steph had been there, I think the Warriors could realistically have won that series. They just happened to be like, we could play this badly and still get away with it. And then, you run into the Thunder and it's absolute buzzsaw. But yes.
I think the Warriors absolutely won that series if Curry's there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to say that because I don't like to say anything nice about the Warriors, but it was looking that way. So it's hard to say that. Yeah, it's hard to say that he's been disappointing, but I do eventually want to see the leap where it's like I can rely on you every night because like the highs are there. When we see the highs, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, like this guy's like the greatest player of all time, this Michael Jordan's son." But it's like the frustrating part is that only happens every other night. It feels like. In the playoffs, or maybe consistently in the first round, but it feels like the last 2 years he's been like grossly outplayed by the counter star in the Western Conference Finals. Luka last year laps around him, and then Shea this year not even close. And it's just like he needs to develop consistency, and he needs to do it pretty quickly because there's tough decisions down the road for Minnesota. It's not like their future is set up super well. He's young. A lot of their players aren't young. You've got Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle on the roster, and they're not getting any better at this point in their career. So I think he needs to take that leap soon. And if he doesn't, I think it's going to be just like we need to, have our prayer circle for Tim Conley to do something amazing again, make a couple more splash trades that end up working out. But yeah, the West it's not going to be fun for literally anyone in the next 4 or 5 years, and it's going to be annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do y'all I see this brought up on ESPN all the time, but I actually think like with the three of us, we can debate this validly. Who do you guys think is the face of the NBA right now currently? I don't whoever has a good answer go
face
first.
Of the league?
Because a lot of people want to say him, but like still yet to make a finals. He's 24. People are like, he's only 24.
Honest. Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, it's hard to say it's not LeBron still.
That's what I was going to say. It's still LeBron.
Yeah, it's hard. And if you ask somebody the name of a basketball player, they say LeBron James.
Yeah. I think also
after LeBron, I wouldn't be opposed to saying Luka even.
I think that's probably the right answer, just because like he already has accomplished stuff, like been to the finals and had an MVP year where they robbed him of the MVP, whatever. Plus he's on the Lakers, and that helps a lot because if you have a star player on the one of the teams, then it's hard to. Yeah, which he needs to. I think we need to have playoff success next year in order for that to be the case, but I expect us to do that because we won't have a terrible roster next year, assuming Rob actually does his job. It will have a center next year, so we'll at least make the second round.
Hey, I mean, Rob kind of did his job this year. He got you guys Luka.
No, I agree. I'm not saying he didn't do his jobs this year. I'm saying that we will be better next year, assuming that he does his job this summer.
Yeah. I think the tough thing, I did really want to say this, is that when you look at LeBron dragged a team to the finals by the time he was 22 years old. Like we keep talking about Anthony Edwards' development, Anthony Edwards this, like if we want to see a truly next generational type of player like a Jordan, maybe like a Kobe or a LeBron, but even Kobe had to develop after, like, because Shaq was there, that helped a lot. I don't know if Kobe does that without him, but we need to see a truly titanic playoff run. And I think, Maddoc, you may have brought this up a few weeks ago or a month ago. You said like role players matter too much now. Though, like you can have if you don't have good role players around you, it's not like
Yeah.
where one guy can drag a team. If the other team you're playing has a decent star and a bunch of good role players, they'll just beat you because they can shoot the lights out in a game. And I think that's going to make it really tough for a guy like Ant, even no matter how athletically superior he is. There's so many athletes to throw at him to get him to be tired over time, and then if the roster around you doesn't show up, at least like you're dead.
Yeah, I think a lot of people want to say Wemby is the next face of the league, which is annoying to me.
Year, yeah.
Like I like Wemby and everything, but it's like, bro, you won like 20 games 2 years in a row. Like I need more than that, you know. And maybe he does get there eventually, and he has Fox on the team now. I still don't think they're going to be that good. Maybe a play-in team this year.
Really?
But it's like, I don't know. Comparing the face of the league to like Jordan and LeBron, like that's kind of hard, especially LeBron because he actually succeeded early in his career, unlike Jordan. It's hard because that's like, you know, generational player, which I don't know if we have in the league right now.
To be fair, LeBron actually didn't make the playoffs till his third season. So I mean, if Wemby could do
he
that,
made the finals though.
That was his fourth season, I think. Yeah.
When did Jordan first make the finals? I mean, he got knocked out of the playoffs by Larry Bird like 3 years, and then he got knocked out by the Pistons.
Yeah, it was basically that
2 times.
A couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we can give him time. I was just gonna say to your point, like if Wemby, you know, can be on that same trajectory this third season, maybe we see him get into the playoffs and maybe win a series. I mean, really with Wemby,
I will be flabbergasted if the Spurs get into the playoffs, let alone win a series. If they win a series this year, I will be shocked. I mean, assuming they don't get Giannis, like I'm assuming that they're. I don't think Giannis is going to the Spurs. Please.
Yeah. Cool, Wes.
But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Tristan's like, please no. With the
please no.
Yeah, I honestly
just keep him in Milwaukee.
With because we saw like Wemby lead the NBA in blocks before, and he won the title for blocks and he played like 30 less games than everybody. That's just insane. Like if he takes another step forward and becomes consistent offensively, and then just does the same thing defensively, and then we see like Fox, Stephon Castle take a second-year leap. I think they're going to take Dylan Harper Jr., which is interesting to me, but he'll give you a little more punch. Plus Devin Vassell. Who's the other guy they have?
Jeremy Sohan?
No, not him. There's one other guy. Do they still have Keldon Johnson?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. You know, you see your role players kind of take, like, honestly, Wemby could cause a lot of problems for a team in a playoff series if you start
Chris Paul. Don't forget Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul. Still trying to chase his addiction.
41-year-old Chris Paul.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the playoffs isn't too out of the question. And even a playoff series, because, you know, Wemby has like a Dikembe Mutombo type series where the 8-seeded Nuggets upset the Sonics where he just blocked everything. I mean, who knows? Maybe Wemby does the same thing and gives us a modern NBA equivalent on the offensive end too. But that would be intriguing. Oh my goodness. I think there was one other question. It was centered around the conference finals. It was Naz Reid, because he played like in the entire series. I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard to watch. Is he worth giving the money they're paying him right now? Do you think he takes any more steps forward, or do you think he might have actually peaked already?
I think this is probably about where he's getting to skill wise. Like maybe his numbers go up from being a starter somewhere else. But I don't think it's like he became a better player rather than there's just more opportunity.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think he's just inherently, just his play style is just inherently inconsistent somewhat because he's a near 7-footer that, you know, pulls off the dribble threes and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know.
I think Naz Reid, I think just from his talent level, one series doesn't change. I mean, Naz Reid has been a very good defensive, or not defensive, very good backup center in the past couple of years.
The best in the league, probably.
Right, yeah. I wouldn't put anybody above him. He deserves starter center money. I just don't know if he deserves like an actual bag.
Wait, they extended him, right? Didn't he get paid?
No, he's a free agent this summer.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Now, depending on the team, he could get a bag because some teams need his skill set.
Yeah.
The Orlando Magic.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The Orlando Magic.
He could be like a Miles. He could be almost like a Miles Turner 2.0, really, for another team.
Yeah.
I think if he went to the Magic, because that's what I was going to say, like some mid to low tier Eastern Conference team would love Nas Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he went to like any team in the Western Conference, he's going to be overpaid.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. And then real fast before we get even more to the finals here, we got Tristan already, but I was going to shift us back to the Eastern Conference and a couple other questions for you guys. The Knicks fired Tibbs. We saw that. Adrian Woj, NBA Centel reported that he got fired. So we saw that a day early, I guess. Who's a good potential candidate to hire now for the Knicks?
Michael Malone, I guess.
Michael Malone, would be, yeah.
Hey, Steve Nash just did the Mind the Game podcast.
Oh, wait, actually, that'd be awesome.
If anybody could shore up their offense and maximize a short scoring guard, I bet Nash could really help Brunson out. But
I'm blanking on his name right now, but the UConn coach, he turned down the Lakers offer last year.
Danny Hurley.
Yeah, I feel like he's from the New York area, I believe, like New York, New Jersey area.
Yeah.
I think he grew up a Knicks fan. I would not be surprised if the Knicks offered him and he took the offer.
If he goes to the Knicks, I will pray on their downfall. I hate that guy.
That's fair.
I hate him too. I don't know. He wants to win really badly. You can kind of respect that.
He's such a douchebag. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what did you say?
He's such a douche.
That he is a little bit. But I was going to say, a lot of people don't think that Hurley would translate to the NBA because of his coaching style. But I think if he was going to do it, the Knicks would be the team because Brunson and Hart and Mikal all stayed like 3 or 4 years in college. So they kind of and they played for Jay Wright. So they kind of have that feel on that team. And I feel like if they respected him, everybody else would kind of fall in line. Now, Cat is a whole other matter. So
I feel like the Knicks, out of any team, like the rumors that he was going to go to the Lakers last year and that the Lakers offer him, I never thought that made any sense.
Mm-hmm.
His
LeBron would have had that man out.
Right. His coaching style does not fit LeBron at all.
No.
His coaching style, especially his offense, would work great with the Knicks. So
just to give them any offense.
Right. And in the UConn has had a top 3 offense in basketball past 3 seasons.
They were this year too?
No, not this year. 3 of the last 4 seasons, not this year.
But that's what you get for turning down the Lakers.
But him or Michael Malone, I think Malone is more likely, but I wouldn't be surprised if he took or if they offered him.
Mike Malone would bring the same energy as Tibbs, I feel like, but I think he would bring a better offensive approach. I wonder if he would center the offense around Cat a little more too. Because Brunson, man, just needs the ball in his hands. That's why it's so tough to kind of give them any rhythm.
He's so good, though. He scores so much.
Yeah.
He's so clutch.
Yeah.
He kind of is, though.
He is.
But, he just takes the team out of the rhythm so much. Like the rest of the team, I can totally see why they lose games because even when he's on, the rest of the team is just I'm not touching the ball.
There were a couple of games in the Knicks-Pacers series where the Knicks would go on a run without him on the court, and he would have 29, 30 points and have a negative 15 plus minus.
Yeah, you did send that. I was like, no, I don't want to hear this slander against
Knicks in 7.
Yeah. That didn't end very well. But so they've maybe hired Michael Malone. And then Dan Hurley's kind of a dark horse, I guess. But
there's also one of the Cavs assistants is getting some rumors. I think his name was Johnny something. Johnny.
One of the Cavs assistants took the Suns job.
Yeah, there was another guy besides him.
Oh wow.
Johnny something. I forget what his
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name though.
Yeah.
I feel bad for anybody.
Good for the Suns, by the way. I feel like that's
Right,
a good hiring.
Yeah.
Finally,
But I
actually
feel-
hiring somebody that isn't just the top name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I do feel bad
the Suns
though
play
for
like
any
it's 2K.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
In 2K, they're
Yeah.
goated. If you play 2K
Yeah.
with them, absolutely goated. But
The
not.
Suns are
Yeah,
ran like it's 2K. It annoys me so much.
yeah. I was gonna say though, I do feel bad for anybody going into that Suns situation, having to deal with Bradley Beal.
Oh yeah,
Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine.
going to be
Bradley Beal's like,
losing
it's
Kevin
a great
Durant.
day. Have him at gunpoint. Rescind your trade clause right now. The heck out of
Now,
here.
hopefully they'll trade Kevin Durant for like a top 10 pick though, so like maybe they'll get something.
Yeah.
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 Also,
What pick did
like,
the Rockets have?
Maybe pick 10. The Rockets have pick
people
10.
talk,
Okay.
people talk about how like KD and everything is, or how he's such a good player and how he would take any championship team over the hump kind of. But the reality is he's like, what is he, 37, 38 now?
Yeah. See,
He
at this
averaged
point,
27 points.
Well, he did. And yeah, I won't deny you that he had it, but it was on a bad team, and also, and I get the
That's not
roster
his fault.
construction sucks. I know, I get the roster construction sucks, and that his splits were good. But if you trade for him now, like his injury risk is only going up more and more, and I don't know, man. I feel like it would be very tough to
No.
trade for him and then play it out because. Do you think
But
he's going to
like for
have
the
one?
Rockets,
I'd
the
much
Rockets,
rather
like-
trade for Kevin Durant than honest.
The Rockets have an over.
yeah, because he fits. Yeah, because if the Rockets trade, they trade Cam Whitmore and the 10 pick this year in this year's draft or whatever, they've basically this year. That's just their roster this year without with Kevin Durant.
That would see.
And
Like,
so
if all we have to
Even
do
if
is
he
give
gets
up,
injured, they're a 50-win team.
right? Because Cam
That's
didn't
fair.
play
And so
minutes.
like you can survive the places where he's not there, and when he is there, they're just like it just looks like the Rockets, except only the games where Jalen Green is good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Devin Booker, I'm demanding a trade at this juncture. I'd get out of Phoenix.
It sounds like he's staying.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah, but
apparently he
honestly,
had some say in the coaching hiring.
I respect that though. To stick it out, if he does,
It wouldn't surprise me if he does the Dame route where he leaves much later than he should. But also,
Yeah.
it's respectful.
Yeah.
Loyalty's missing at this point.
Yeah.
Both team and
He also has a
player-wise.
finals appearance though, so at least
He does
knows
have a
kind of
finals
what it's like
appearance.
as Dame. Because Dame needed that finals appearance so badly, and just had to play with his prime when the Warriors were there.
Yeah.
And then had horrible roster construction. Yeah. And then, the Knicks. Does the Knicks roster need to change this year as well? And how much does it need to? Or does it matter of just playing your bench more?
They just need more bench pieces.
Yeah, they just need a bench.
Yeah.
Hit
I like the
Jarrell,
guys
right?
they have. They just need to add on to them.
Yeah. Deuce McBride's going to continue to develop. Get rid of Campaign, please.
Oh my gosh.
Campaign is still playing
So bad.
25.
I know.
Do you
Playoff
should
minutes.
should the Knicks pursue 3-point shooting center to play with Cat potentially in a lineup and then
Nas
still
Reed?
run? I know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're salary wise, because of the pay cuts that Brunson took, they have a chance to potentially still make some move this offseason. That's why. But I don't know if you do try and go get a 5, because Cat's defense I don't think is going to change anytime soon. So you got to find like a defensive center that can shoot a little, honestly, to put around him.
I would honestly go for probably a stretch 4 instead of a 5.
Play Cat at the 5.
Play Cat at the 5. Get a stretch 4 who can play 4 and 5.
Benedict Mathurin.
Al Horford, welcome to New York.
It would not surprise me. I don't think he's going to be at Boston next year.
I hope so. He's kind of just fits there now. He's just like,
Yeah, he's a Celtic. Even when he wasn't on the Celtics, like when he was on the Thunder that one random year, he was still a Celtic.
Yeah, he really was though. I was like, this does not work.
Yeah,
Because he signed with Philly, and then Philly traded him after that horrible year.
Yeah.
So, I love all the
Sleeper
Celtics fans.
season.
All the Celtics fans crying on Twitter that Jaylen Brown's gonna have to be their first option next year, and it's like, why did you pay him $306 million then if you weren't ready to potentially have him do this?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. This is
It's
why,
actually so-
this is pissing me off. This is pisses me off in the NFL too with the 49ers. It's like, yeah, guess what? When you pay everybody a 5-year, $300 million contract, this is what happens. Like, shut up and deal with it. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to just spend all of this money and give everyone 5-year deals and then whine about when they become washed. You gave them a 5-year deal. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I hate the Celtics.
Right.
They're going to
And
suck
at least
next
they
year.
got a
They're
ring.
going to miss the plan.
Future hawk
No.
Jaylen Brown.
If here's the
Hey,
thing,
that'd be
if
cool.
Tatum,
Right.
if they miss the playoffs that year and the only difference is having Tatum versus not having Tatum, that's gonna do so much for his PR and everything.
It actually.
I would love that. 'Cause Jason Tatum gets so much hate and it's so undeserved because he actually does make such a difference on that team. Even when he's not
Hey,
shooting
we'll
well,
see.
the defensive energy that focuses on. Yeah, Eric White All-Star season incoming, man.
Honestly,
Celtics are
though,
like 75
dude,
games.
I
He
need
wins 70.
the. They're the greatest team of all time.
Yeah.
I need
Jason Tatum.
I need to put out like a public service announcement to all Warriors fans. Shut the F up right now. Oh my gosh. I see all of these Warriors graphics where it's like, this would be a pretty good starting lineup for next year. And it's like Steph, Derek White, Trey Murphy, Jimmy Butler, Nick Claxton with Daniel Gafford as the backup. And it's what are you even talking about?
Where are they?
Like,
Where are you getting the picks to help trade? Because nobody's taking
Yeah,
their guys at face at value.
Literally everyone in the league wants Derek White. Like, he's not even a free agent. You'd have to trade for him if you're getting rid of 5 first-round picks. They give up 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. Imagine how many first-round picks you have to give up for Derek White. Oh my gosh.
That is true, man.
So good.
It is funny.
I
how
love
the
Derek
teams.
White.
That is why I don't think Giannis is going to get traded. I honestly don't think Giannis is going to be leaving the Bucks just because what team is going to trade all the assets that is necessary to get Giannis?
Yes.
The Raptors.
God, I
yeah,
hope
Max.
not. That team's just going to be the
honestly
Bucks.
kind of want to.
It would just be the Bucks.
They
No, but
actually
like
would,
they
though.
trade
They would
like
have
they
to
trade
keep
Scotty
Scotty.
Barnes, RJ Barrett, and stuff, and they still have
I'm not
like
giving up
Brandon Ingram.
Barnes.
Brandon
What?
Ingram and
Scotty
Giannis.
Barnes. Scotty Barnes
Brandon,
buns.
no, Brandon Ingram's
There's
the
no
guy
way
I would
they
get
can.
rid
If
of
you're
him,
trading,
because Scotty Barnes is actually young.
for Giannis, you're going to have to trade Scotty Barnes.
You're trading
Yeah, I know,
Scotty
but Scotty
Barnes for
Barnes do
Giannis.
Yeah, but Giannis is like 30. He's only 30. Yeah, never mind. I keep forgetting he's
Yeah,
only 30 years old.
Giannis on the Raptors with their roster right now, the parts that they have to give up to get Giannis would just be a worse team than the Bucks are right now.
No, because they'd have Brandon Ingram still.
Brandon Ingram is not that good.
Brandon Ingram's Kyle
Yeah, he
Kuzma.
is.
Brandon
No,
Ingram is a
what?
better Kyle Kuzma. Yes.
No,
Brandon
Brandon
Ingram,
Ingram
no.
is Kyle Kuzma is crazy. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Brandon-
I don't like it. It
Brandon-
doesn't move
no.
me.
Giannis and Brandon Ingram next to each other sounds horrible.
It would be like a worse version of Middleton, pretty much.
Worst version
If
of
he gets-
Chris Middleton 2 years ago.
Huh?
He's a better version of Chris Middleton 2 years or what's 2 years ago. That's when they lost to the Pacers, right? Yeah,
The Heat,
better
I
version.
think.
Oh,
Okay, but
I don't remember Chris Middleton that
better,
year.
a better version,
Yeah,
but
he-
not a better fit. The fit is horrible. I don't
Wait, you think
understand why the
Brandon Ingram's
Raptors
better
don't
than
go
Chris
for it.
Middleton? Wait, hold up. Did you say you think Brandon Ingram's better than Chris Middleton?
Better than he was 2 years ago. Yeah, he's better right now than Chris Middleton was 2 years ago. Yes.
I don't know if he is.
Why are y'all glazing Brandon Ingram like this?
Hey, I'm not.
What are you talking about? He averages like 22 points a game. Chris Middleton is like
On the Raptors,
Jalen
averaging
Green
like-
averages 24 points a game.
Oh,
okay, yeah, but we all know what Jalen Green's about. Brandon Ingram's actually good.
Brandon Ingram got put next to Giannis, but got put next to Zion on a decently built Pelicans team and sucked.
Yeah, and Zion got injured, and he led them to 2 wins against the Suns in the playoffs. He averaged like 30 points a
that Suns
game.
team.
That was like 5 years ago.
The Suns team also.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
still
well,
think he's
like
that
5
good. That's what I'm saying.
He is not that good.
That's
No,
okay.
Ingram
I
took a
see where
step
you're going
down.
there, but yeah, he
A
did.
Raptors team with Brandon Ingram and Giannis would not be higher than a 60. It would not be at
Yeah, no.
first round.
Nah, they're definitely
No.
playing. Yeah, I agree.
Brandon Ingram,
I-
Giannis, Emmanuel Quickly, Grady Dick, whoever their center is.
Grady
Yeah.
Dick.
I
Jakob
like
Poeltl.
You know,
Jakob
we know
Poeltl
the
does not move.
Grady Dick is actually kind of good.
Jakob Pertl does not move me at center. Huh?
No,
He was actually good this year.
Trash to the bottom. No, he was not.
No.
Yeah, he was. He's a fantasy monster.
Fantasy
monster. Oh my god! If you look at the actual stats, Grady Dick was probably worse this year than he was last year.
He was cooking early in the year. That's all I remember.
He won me that one.
He was
game.
averaging 20 points per game in like the first month.
Oh my gosh!
I'm serious.
I remember seeing, no, he's not wrong. He was.
He was cooking.
For 6 games.
I still don't want Grady.
Yeah, he averaged 20 points per game before he was the one option on the Raptors for the rest of the year.
I still don't want Grady Dick as my starting shooting guard next to Giannis, and Gary Trent Jr. would be a better fit still than Grady Dick.
Put Grady Dick,
and he threw the ball away.
Giannis?
Yes, Grady Dick.
44 win team.
No, okay. So here, if I'm making a bet, if Giannis gets traded to the Raptors, they're a top 5 seed. That's what I'm putting my money on.
5. Okay.
Top 5
I could
is
see
crazy.
5. I could see them better than the Pistons, but they're not making it out of the first round.
They're not. That team is.
No, I would say that.
Record-wise. Yeah. No, the Pistons would be a better team, but they could have a worse record. Now, I would also say the Pistons were better than the Bucks this year.
True.
Yeah, but like that's not happening a second straight year. The Pistons are only going to get better because their guys are young. The Raptors are horrible.
That Raptors team, Brandon Ingram, Giannis, and Grady Dick. What in the world?
Emmanuel Quickly.
Fire the GM.
I feel like we're witnessing.
Yeah.
I feel like
Emmanuel Quickly is good. Are we just forgetting about how good Emmanuel Quickly is?
I like Emmanuel Quickly. That's not a good roster.
Why not? I don't see a reason why that wouldn't be good.
Look at the Bucks roster right now. This point is Damian Lillard. Right,
they didn't have Damian Lillard in the playoffs. No, they don't have him anymore.
In the regular season when they had Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
That's not true. They were good.
No, they were not.
They were the 4 seed. That's better than what I'm saying right now.
Conference.
Yeah, and I'm saying they're going to be 5 in the Eastern Conference without the Celtics this year.
But the Celtics are going to be better than that
basketball team.
No, the Bucks were actually pretty good this year before Dame got injured.
Oh, but are we not going to acknowledge the X factor, the fact that Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham are still coaching that team?
True.
that
you're going from that to whoever Marjakovic or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
I have no clue.
I don't know if he's good or not. The Raptors have been irrelevant. No.
Hey, European coach.
Giannis. No.
Giannis to the Raptors. You heard it here first.
I don't even know what to say. Giannis to the Raptors. Maybe the worst move out of any team in the league.
No, that would be good.
Giannis to the Magic would be a better trade.
No, that would be disgusting. That would be absolutely disgusting.
The spacing would be so horrible.
That's the worst fit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I chose the worst team I could.
It would be crazy.
They'll make like 2 3-pointers per game.
Hey, but they'll score like 60 paint points every game. Actually, more than that.
Yes, but they'll have 60. They'll have like 66 points per game.
66.
I hope Giannis gets traded to the Raptors just so they can be like the 7th seed and lose in the first round.
Nah.
Yeah.
What's the jersey in this?
The jersey bet in this? I'll buy 10 Giannis Raptors jerseys if they make it.
No, not 10, not 10. Tristan, crazier things.
I'll buy a Brandon Ingram Raptors jersey if they make it out of the second round.
All right.
I'm not saying they'll make it out of the second round. I'm saying they'll win a playoff series and be a top 5 seed.
I think that's insane. I think that is mentally ill.
No, That's so much better than the Bucks right now.
Okay, Maddoc.
The Bucks were employing Kyle Kuzma. If they don't do that, if in this hypothetical world they are not a top 5 seed and lose the first round, I'll get
Kyle Kuzma Bucks jersey.
I can't do that.
Doc Rivers Hawks jersey.
Oh my gosh, that would be pretty funny. He has to get a Gary Trent Jr.
Yeah, deal. Gary Trent Jr.
Oh my gosh. That would be such a random jersey to have next to a
That's the
Luka
most heated I've
Doncic
gotten on this
jersey.
podcast.
Yeah, it really is. That was actually so much. I felt like I was watching Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp for a second with Tristan being like, "What? What?"
Uh,
That was really funny. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like that would be a
Because
good team. What can I say?
The funniest part is
I
it's all
That's
hypothetical.
two
and
all.
probably
But listen, hear me out. That's
like
two all
service-
stars. That's Giannis, 30 points per game. That's Brandon Ingram, 20 points per game. That's
Why are
Grady
we
Dick
glazing
spacing
Brandon
the
Ingram
floor.
like-
That's Emmanuel Quickly, playmaking, can shoot the three. That's Jakob Pertl, defensive anchor. That's a good team.
defensive anchor.
Yeah.
Great.
Next to Giannis? Yes.
What about the bench though? What about the bench? They don't have Davion Mitchell no more.
They have that other guy,
Raptors bench.
Jacoby Walker.
Precious Achua?
Oh my
Oh.
gosh. That does not move.
He's
me.
not on their
Precious
team.
Achiuwa.
I
He's
don't know
not.
who's on their bench.
That's facts.
He's
actually. I don't know.
the only one I know on their bench is Jacoby Walter because he was their first round pick from last year.
Jamal
I
And he had a
actually do
game
like
winner.
Joe Walker. I do like him.
6'2" Jamal Shed will save the day off the bench.
I keep seeing because on Reddit, since I'm in the NBA subreddit, NBA trade ideas, which is a different subreddit, will pop up in my feed. And every single one is a Bucks to Giannis to the Raptors trade, and every
Yeah.
one makes the Raptors a horrible team. There is no way you can construct the trade to get Giannis because they would have to trade every. I don't know if it's a certainty that Grady Dick would be on the Raptors after the Giannis trade.
So you're saying he has value?
No,
Checkmate.
I just say he's young and he was a first round pick. Now, every single trade makes the Raptors at most sixth best team in the Eastern Conference. If the Raptors traded for Giannis, every single person in the front office will be fired within 3 years.
Dang! Wow, you just hate the Raptors, or
I
you
don't
just hate
hate.
Giannis?
I like the Raptors. I don't hate the Raptors.
The funniest part is
Giannis. It just costs so much to trade for him.
But if it's Scotty
This is
Barnes
the
and just a
part,
bunch
it's
of
like,
picks, it's not that
It's
much.
actually more than that. The Bucks are going to be trying to contend. It's going to be more than that.
No, they're not.
They
They're
still
in a
have Damian
tank.
Lillard. They still have to pay Damian Lillard.
He doesn't have an Achilles.
I don't believe the Bucks are just going to tank. I don't.
They're
think
going to tank this year if
I
they
don't think
trade
so.
him.
I think
How
if they
would
trade
they not?
Giannis, well, see. So here's the thing. In all the because there was the rumors of the Giannis to the Rockets trade and all that. Every one of those trades, they'd be trading. The Rockets would trade like Shingun or something like that. If they trade
Sure.
him to a bad or whatever team, any team that has a top young star as their best player, they're going to be getting that top young star.
So you're saying the Scotty Barnes and Kyle Kuzma 2024 Bucks?
I'm
You're
not saying that because the Raptors trade's not going to happen because that would be stupid.
Scotty Barnes will be skating through the streets of Milwaukee.
I'll buy a Scotty Barnes Bucks jersey if the Raptors make it out of the first round.
That would actually forget about the Raptors. That would make the Bucks the most disgusting team on earth.
It doesn't make sense.
Doc Rivers too.
Doesn't make sense for either team.
Wait,
Oh my gosh.
Do the Raptors even have the draft picks to trade for Giannis?
I have no
probably
clue.
not.
They keep trading away picks for no reason.
It's going to take like 10 first-round picks to get Giannis.
The funniest part is Tristan's like, you're so heated over this, but it's a hypothetical scenario that most likely will happen.
Because the idea of Brandon Ingram, the idea of me watching television of Brandon Ingram and Giannis playing on the same team, it just makes me want to vomit.
I'm almost convinced to start pushing the Brandon Ingram agenda with Maddoc just to see where we can take this.
I don't
understand the Brandon Ingram hate, guys.
I
Guys,
liked Brandon Ingram when he was on the
even played in a
Pelicans
postseason
like
in,
5 years ago. Yeah, Brandon Ingram half a decade ago I liked. When he was on the Lakers, I liked him. Brandon Ingram in 2025 just is not – he's not a co-star at all. He's not that good.
What? No.
He's not that good.
We're looking at Brandon Ingram's stats right now.
I'm sorry, but his stats, like Tristan said, they won't matter to me because of where he's been.
22.2 points. Wow, that's
Whoa.
That's was that Bradley Beal a year ago?
Who was he fighting for the ball with?
Exactly. He's not.
He shoots
They're just like,
37% from 3 this year. That's actually really good. What the heck?
what is his field goal percentage? Like 42%?
How much threes does he take?
48 or
Oh,
47.
Yeah.
He takes 6 threes a game.
So he makes like
He makes,
what,
or he
4
takes 6.4 and he makes 2.4.
I guess that's all right.
That's pretty
It
good. I'm
doesn't.
just saying.
No motion.
Floor
It does not move.
spacer to me.
Yeah, no,
That's
he's
what
like
I see. Floor spacer.
Yeah, I don't know.
As
He's
a
like
second
maybe
option, though?
floor spacer. He's like maybe the 16th best small forward in the league.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Thanks, Maddoc. We
It's
just
crazy.
decided what tier list we're doing today. We're doing NBA small forwards.
Have we even
Actually,
have
though.
we got
Dead
Maddoc's
last.
thoughts on the finals yet?
No, we haven't.
No.
We've been too busy debating
We
this
got mine like
hypothetical
40
scenario.
minutes ago.
Yeah, facts. All right. Instead of happening, the amount of jokes in the next few episodes that will be made would be hilarious, especially if the Raptors end up winning a playoff series. That would be so funny for Tristan to have
Oh
to
my
wear another
gosh.
jersey.
I'll get a
Actually,
Raptors Giannis
all
jersey.
right.
I'll get a Bucks Scotty Barnes jersey. I'll get a Brandon Ingram jersey from every team he's played on.
Oh,
Scotty Barnes.
How do
Oh
we
my
segue
gosh.
into
Scotty Barnes is actually the funniest player in the league. He something about the way that
Everybody
man
be
looks
trying, bro.
is funny to me.
Did you see the way he was rollerblading through Toronto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's such a goofy guy. He's crazy. All right, Maddoc. NBA Finals prediction: Thunder or Pacers? Who do you have?
You guess who I have.
Yeah.
I think you have the Pacers.
Thunder in 5.
Oh.
Sorry about it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, actually, I wish I could pick the Pacers, but I don't think I can. I will say though,
Halliburton.
I do think there is a scenario in which the Pacers win, and if they do win, I think it'll be in like 6 games. Like I don't think the Pacers will win if it's a close series. I think they could win in 5 or 6 if like the swing factors go their way, because there are a couple of like X factors, and if they go towards the Pacers, I think they're clearly the better team, and if they go towards the Thunder, I think they're clearly a better team. I just think the Thunder have a much higher chance of achieving those X factors and having them go their way. But it's like the X factors are like, Miles Turner, are you gonna be like an amazing big? Are you gonna bully Chet and Hartenstein? Are you gonna stop them from scoring while being able to stretch the floor and shoot at a high clip the entire series? Aaron Nesmith, is your ankle okay? Are you gonna be the greatest 3-point shooter of all time for a game again? That'd be nice. Andrew Nemhard, are you going to eventually miss a playoff 3? I don't know. I'm still trying to see if you will.
Will he lock down Shea the way that he has for other guys? He's been really good as a primary on-ball defender.
Yeah, and the whistle. Where does the whistle go?
Yes.
Because I could see a scenario in which Shea isn't getting the whistles and his teammates aren't knocking down threes, and it could get scary real quick. But I feel like from what I've seen up to this point, there's not really a reason for me to believe that, one, Shea isn't going to get the whistle. I mean, he's gotten it all regular season and all playoffs, so why would I not believe that to be true? And secondly, that their defenders aren't going to be able to significantly minimize what the Pacers are trying to do, especially because, like, you know, you're going against Anthony Edwards, and I think we can all agree that Anthony Edwards is a better, at least, scorer than Tyrese Halliburton is. And they were able to just clamp him all series long. So I think it's the Thunder in 5, but if I wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers end up winning in like 5 or 6.
You wouldn't be surprised at all?
I would be like, okay, you're right. I would be surprised, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see this. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to take Indiana. It's just knowing. It really just depends, like you said, on Miles Turner, the whistles, and then I'm really worried about Siakam just all of a sudden putting up a stinker in this 5
Yeah.
series.
Jalen Williams is a really good defender.
Yeah. And do you think they're going to put Jalen Williams on Siakam then?
I think so, probably.
That's fair. Yeah,
Doesn't make
I'll be
sense.
interested to see what he does. But crazier things have happened. Siakam gave Draymond Green issues in the finals when he was back there in 2019 because of his weird body. He's got really a huge wingspan and he just moves at a different tempo than everybody when he gets into the paint. And with that jump shot, when he turns over that left shoulder, he's basically unstoppable. So it's just a matter of if they can get consistent scoring from Halliburton to then free up his elite passing vision and keep the lanes free. Which having a shooting center like Turner is already a huge advantage for the Pacers. So being able to space the floor and at least give their offense a chance to operate where it normally does. Yeah. The burden of proof will be on the Thunder's perimeter defense to stop the Pacers from playing as fast as they do in the half court. Because people talk about how fast the Pacers played, but I watched this great video the other day. They really play. They just run more offensive sets in the half court than any other team. They're fast into their half court offense, which makes them so deadly. But yeah, I would agree. The Thunder probably win this, and I think the Thunder win this in 6. But they're up 3-1 after 4, so we're kind of
sure.
It's
yeah,
over.
I got it.
Yeah. But maybe not. If it's 3-1, they'd have to win in Indiana in a potential game 6. So maybe if Indiana steals a game in the first game, potentially we see something.
I will say, if I had money to spend, I would probably put a little bit of money on Indiana in game 1. I feel like every series this far they've won game 1, and they've not been the favorite in any of them. Especially this one, I think I want to say they're 15-point underdogs or something like that, something crazy. Or maybe it's changed since the last time I looked. I smell a little bit of upset potential. I could see them give sort of a Allen Iverson to the Lakers in 2001 sort of scare, where they win the first game on the road but then lose the series. I feel like if the Pacers are going to get one in Oklahoma City, it's going to be game 1.
Yeah,
they'll shock them. Yeah. With their pace,
and then the Thunder will lock in, and then they're gonna actually do stuff. But
the Thunder are young. The Thunder have one player, Alex Caruso, with championship experience, which the Pacers also only have one. But Siakam played more of a role.
Every series the Thunder have had one game where they just aren't all together and they lose it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's game 1.
Yeah. It's almost like the Celtics last year where they would just jack up a bunch of threes, and if they had a bad shooting night, a team would stay in, but that almost never happened, and their defense was showing up every night. Yeah. I will say my prediction, I guarantee the Pacers will have a 20-point lead in one of these games with at the start of the fourth quarter, and they will blow it and lose because the Thunder's defense, we're going to see one of those runs we saw in the regular season from the Thunder where their perimeter defense absolutely shuts the Pacers down, forces a bunch of turnovers, even though the Pacers are only the third highest. They take care of the ball, the third best out of any team. But the Thunder will just do it. We'll watch an absolute avalanche and be like, this is this doesn't look good. I think game 3 or something, we'd see that.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
I do want to say this is probably my favorite finals matchup, even though it's pretty obvious. Well, probably who's going to win. This is my favorite finals matchup in probably a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this would be fun.
I was a bit more hyped for Mavs Celtics, but obviously didn't play out very well. But I thought it was going to be good.
The Warriors Celtics series actually was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I forgot you hate the Mavs.
I hate the Warriors. I hate the Mavericks and I hate the Warriors. And the Celtics, them and the Lakers are boring in the finals because they're always in the finals historically. So even though it was their first appearance
in a while,
first win. In a while. It was just it's still the Celtics. This year, the Pacers and Thunder neither have a championship.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. A team from the ABA and an expansion team, kind of. The Sonics, I guess, have been there a while. A move relocated. They need to bring the Sonics back. So. The other thing. Dang it! I just forgot. That actually has me annoyed because I had one other thing I was going to bring up. Shoot, go on. I forgot. Whatever.
Do you want to do a tier list now or a draft?
Yeah. I want to remember what I was going to say. Shoot. Yeah, I can set up a tier list. What are we trying to do?
Let's do let's do draft of
we have time
first all-time Thunder players and then all-time Pacers players. Or combine them. So
Yeah,
a
we
draft
line
of
up.
yeah. So a draft of players that have played for either the Thunder or the Pacers.
Are we counting the Supersonics?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Who's gonna go first? We're gonna just go Maddoc, Tristan, me.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And then we'll do where the people on the ends will get a double up.
Take it.
Yeah.
So you'll get 2
snake it.
picks
All
of it. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
We're gonna draft
Thunder,
players.
Pacers.
Oh, yeah, I'll start it off.
Sorry, go ahead.
First two. Yeah. We're gonna draft NBA teams with only players who have played for the Pacers and the Thunder all time.
Okay.
Who you got?
With the first pick in the draft, I'll take Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Obviously,
Alright.
kind of knew that was that.
Now here's the question: do I take Russell Westbrook or do I take Reggie Miller?
Take Russell Westbrook.
Okay, I'll take Russell Westbrook.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'll take Shea.
Okay, and then you get a second pick as well.
Yeah. I was surprised you took Russ over Shea. I feel like I'd take Shea over Russ. Is kind of inefficient. That's why. I'll take Shea,
Prime
and then
Russ.
I'll take who we got here? I'll take.
There's a lot here that are kind of underrated. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, because I think he's better than Miller. I'll take Sonic's Ray Allen.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is assuming all the players are in their prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move Russ to my shooting guard position and take Gary Payton.
Oh, that's disgusting. What?
I wanted Gary Payton.
Clamps.
Ugh,
Clamps.
That's so.
Okay.
I would have passed on that. Reggie Miller was right there. You would have fit. Oh, I guess you want defense.
I'll take.
A little small though.
I'll take Reggie Miller at my 2, and then I'll take Chris Paul at my point guard.
Oh.
Chris Paul with Kevin Durant. Yeah, I'm
Oh my
surprised.
God.
Chris Paul did play for the Thunder. He was good.
I forgot he played for the Thunder.
Yeah.
Sold. He sold.
Yeah, I sold.
There's still a couple of good ones here.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Are you researching? No. Only from the
No
line.
researching?
Only from the
My
line.
bad.
I'm picking off the top of my head too.
Yeah.
Don't sell. Don't
Okay.
sell.
I should not have taken Gary Payton. Because now I have a player in my mind. Should I just throw my whole lineup off?
Who was the other
your
player?
lineup is already kind of disgusting right now. So
Yeah, you know what? We're ruining it even more. James Harden at my shooting or my small forward.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
I think
all right.
Ross before Harden.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Hey.
To be fair, when you think of Harden, you don't think of the MVP Harden when you're thinking of the Thunder. So that's probably why. For my 3, I'll take Paul George, OKC Paul George at that.
Okay.
MVP candidate Paul George. And then
Oh my gosh.
For my 4, I'll take. Oh shoot, who do I want? Actually, I'll take Serge Ibaka.
Okay. Interesting.
Shot blocking, and he could shoot too in his prime at the end of his career. So I kind of like that. He's big and his space, and if he's in his prime, he's moving too. So prime Serge Ibaka. Those edits by that one guy. Nobody's getting by Serge Ibaka. Oh, and DeAndre Jordan just dunked on that guy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Who you got now, Tristan? 3 guards. You need a 4 man. You should take Jalen Williams and keep it small. Play Jalen Williams at the 4.
Should I just only draft Thunder players and not even touch the Pacers?
Yeah, don't touch the Pacers. Take Rick Smith at your center. Give yourself some height.
I could.
Rick Smith's
I'm
honestly.
gonna take Sean Kemp at my 4.
Oh yeah, Sean Kemp's a good pick. Serge Ibaka. Oh, I could have
Okay.
taken Sean. That actually wouldn't have been. And you're pairing it with Gary Payton, so at least you have chemistry there. All
Okay,
right.
I think I'm going to take.
Jack Sigma.
All right, I'm gonna move.
Good pick.
I'm gonna move Kevin Durant up from my 4 to my 3, and then give me. I want Al Horford at my 4.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll take Chet Holmgren at my 5.
Yeah, naturally. Okay, that's fair.
Chet better than Rick Smith?
I don't know, man. Chet,
I
I
wouldn't
don't know. Rick
say he
Smith
is.
in his prime could move.
He was a guy. He was a
What was
dog.
Who are you talking about?
Rick Smith's the Pacers center in the 90s.
Pacers, yeah.
Oh,
One of the
yeah,
best
I don't know
players
about
ever.
What
that.
was his nickname? Oh my gosh, I forget about his nickname.
I'll just write him in for my center.
You're taking Rick Smith? The Dunking Dutchman. Like 7'4". The Dunking Dutchman.
Dutchman?
That's a tough nickname.
Dang,
actually.
that's actually a really good nickname.
Yeah, he can move. He gave the Knicks issues,
was good.
especially once Ewing got old. He was whooping it.
I like playing on with 2K.
So do I move Ibaka to the 5 and just put Jalen Williams at the
I don't think
4?
Jalen Williams is the best guy on the board.
Yeah,
You
he
guys
might not be the best
you're
guy.
forgetting about one that I don't know if you want him, but you're forgetting about one maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. There's Isaiah Hartenstein's not going to fit as well as a center for me either. That's why I'm not considering it. And
Did
then
anyone play for the Pacers before they retired?
Danny Granger. Imagine if I took Danny Granger and moved.
Prime Danny Granger?
Hey, 23 points per game, man, and an all-star. Reggie Miller. Mark Jackson was there too at point guard. That's a good facilitator. I'm trying to think. If I go back in history, like none of these teams have like a rich history.
What positions do you need?
It's between moving Ibaka to the 5 and drafting a 4, or moving him to this, just having him play the 4, taking a center.
So you just need a 4?
Yeah, 4 or 5 to compare with him. That's why.
You take the bonus.
Oh no!
I forgot about the bonus. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Victor Oladipo, he was there too.
Oh, Prime Oladipo.
Hey, I'm trying to think, man. There's just not a whole lot of good centers.
Did T.J. Warren play the Pacers?
T.J. Warren was on the Pacers.
Yeah, he was. You could take T.J. Warren.
Bro, who did they have back in their days? I'm not taking Roy Hibbert. That would actually Roy Hibbert though. With Serge Ibaka, the defensive protection, that would be kind of crazy. What y'all know about All-Star Roy Hibbert? Miles Turner, I guess, would really fit with Serge Ibaka. Ibaka could hide.
I like Roy Hibbert. You should take Roy Hibbert.
Nah, Jack Sigma. I just go with the old pick and take the Sonics legend.
Go for it.
I'll just take Miles Turner for spacing purposes to go with my team.
Okay. Yeah, my team is watching your guys' teams. My team is so good.
Oh, my team. What are you talking about? My team is getting trashed.
Let's go through and say our teams. So for me, at my point guard, I have Chris Paul. My shooting guard, I have Reggie Miller. My small forward, Kevin Durant. My power forward, Al Horford. And my center is Chet Holmgren.
That's good.
That's really good.
Tristan, who you got?
My point guard is Gary Payton. My shooting guard is Russell Westbrook.
Hey.
My small forward is James Harden. I got Sean Kemp at power forward and Rick Smith at center.
At the end of the day, you win or lose, have fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna need Harden and Russ to have MVP performances.
All right, at my point guard, I have Shea. At my 2, I got Ray Allen. At my 3, I had Paul George. OKC Paul George. You must make that note in his front. At my 4, I have Serge Ibaka, and at my 5, I got Miles Turner. I don't hate my team. I like
Your team is pretty good. I think my team would still win though because my guys are like.
You have Reggie Miller and Kevin Durant and Chris Paul. Yeah, you're winning.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have anybody that can guard Shea though. To be fair, Shea's
my. Do you need the guard Shea when Reggie Miller, Kevin Durant, and Chris Paul are on the other team?
Plus, my bigs are elite. My bigs are elite because I got Al Horford who can like. Take the big body guys and he can shoot threes. And I got Chet, who's like the rim protector, elite rim protector, and can shoot threes. My team is fire.
Miles Turner and Serge Ibaka can do those things really well too, though.
Sean Kemp is killing Chet Holmgren.
Sean Kemp,
but is he killing Al Horford?
That's the question.
Because he'll pull a gun out in the parking lot on him. That's what he'll do.
Whoa.
That's what Sean Kemp
the one that I think you guys might have forgotten about is Carmelo Anthony was on the Thunder, but I don't know if you guys wanted him anyway.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I probably could have used him. Imagine if I didn't have Gary Payton and I just had Carmelo Anthony at small forward and I moved everybody up one.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
It would have fit.
I wanted to take Gary Payton though. You took Ray Allen. I was like, oh, I have to take Gary Payton.
No, you did not. No.
I did not.
Yeah.
There's about 10 other guys that could have taken.
Oof. Oh, Jeff Green too. Jeff Green was right there. That 1 year, Jeff Green with the.
That's true.
No. Do
Michael
y'all
Jack-
want to do a? Do y'all want to do a draft of only Finals MVPs?
Only Finals MVPs.
We would have to research for that.
Yeah, I would
No,
have to
we
research, but I'm down. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
have to.
Nah. Oh, fine. All right.
I mean, I could probably name 15 Finals MVPs, but I don't know if I could do it in a draft.
Actually,
right.
I honestly probably could. Just
let's
by
try.
guess.
Let's try it. Let's
Let's
just see.
try it.
off
Let's
the
try
top
to
of
do
our
it.
heads. All right. Can I get the first pick for this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. For the first pick in the Finals draft MVP. All right. Here we go. We're gonna draft teams with only players that have ever won Finals MVP. For the first pick, I'm taking my glorious king, LeBron James.
No!
Let's see, it's my pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Michael Jordan.
Maddoc, it sets you up to take your beautiful two teammates.
Um,
I swear, if you do not take these two guys and you let him get one of them to pair with MJ, I will kill you.
I
Please do
think
not.
I know who you're talking about. I'll take Stephen KD. Who do you want? Who did you want?
I think
I'm building
gonna,
the 2017 Warriors.
I think I'm about to give James the guy he wants because I'm taking Hakeem. I'm
Who
taking
do you
Hakeem.
want, James?
I'll just take Kobe and Shaq.
I mean, yeah, they're good, but they're not as good as.
That's whoa! Don't you even dare.
I mean,
Kobe and
the
Shaq with
2017
LeBron.
Warriors were better.
LeBron, Kobe, and Shaq.
Yeah, that's.
Hakeem's okay. Well,
You have no
know what?
spacing. No spacing.
Hakeem's better than Shaq. And,
Shaq doesn't need to give you spacing.
Michael
Shaq will
Jordan's better
dominate down
than
low.
Kobe. So
Oh, who cares? LeBron. You can't solve LeBron James. You don't have anybody on that list. You're not gonna. Larry Bird ain't about to give me issues. You're gonna take Bird at your 3.
I take Bill Russell, put him at the 3.
Fine. Go ahead. Bill Russell.
You know who I could take? I could take Iguodala.
Oh my gosh.
You could if you want to.
Could take it. When I'm
You could hold LeBron 38 again.
You could take Jason Tatum. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Down to the 3. I'm blanking now.
But he was the cover athlete for 2K25. Surely he won the Finals MVP.
Oh, I'm gonna take Tim Duncan.
Yeah, that's a good pick. But I mean, you
Tim
really
Duncan
don't have
okay.
any space. You're
Tim
building a
Duncan,
2000.
I don't need spacing. Tim Duncan and Hakeem.
I got Shaq, man. I'm gonna get another guy here to guard the other two in a sec. You're up, Maddoc. Who's going with Kate? You're gonna take. Oh wait, now you don't have any.
Should I take Andre Iguodala and just build the Warriors?
You should. That would be pretty
Oh,
funny. But definitely
don't. There's so many other good options.
I know. I'm trying to think.
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
Yeah, but do they fit? Is the thing.
Larry Bird would fit.
Magic. I
No,
don't want
Curry,
really. I don't.
Dwayne.
Yeah, I want.
Fit with Curry.
I'm trying to think of like a defensive center that I can take.
Wilt Chamberlain. Willis Reed.
Was he actually that good? I don't know how good Wilt actually. Bill Russell.
I don't know. Well, Bill Russell. I mean, at the very least.
I want to have 5-out spacing though. I want to have 5-out spacing.
You're not gonna have 5-out spacing.
Yeah, you won't. There aren't any.
There's not enough sitters for that.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll take Bill Russell, and I get to pick. Wait, do I get to pick again?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Larry Bird. I would totally pair him with Durant, to be honest. 2 of the top 3 small forwards of all time.
Bird would not fit on the team at all.
Bird
No.
can shoot though, man. Bird would be great.
No, Bird doesn't fit on that team.
Y'all saying he doesn't play defense because that's not true at all.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Well, he does have a bad back.
Plus, he would be like the Draymond Green, but like in the best way possible, because he'd fire them up and get them to talk trash, but he wouldn't punch someone in the face to make a point.
If you want a
You know what?
Draymond Green, take Bill Wallace.
My offense is already good enough with Steph and KD. They can carry my offense. I want defense. Give me Giannis at my 4.
Oh, that's actually a good pick though. Giannis would have.
That's pretty good. I'm taking Bird at my small forward.
That's why you were degrading Bird because you wanted
That's why I was degrading Bird.
This is a ball nowhere.
Propaganda.
I still didn't think he would be a great fit on my team.
Okay. I have my LeBron at my 1. I have Kobe at my 2 and Shaq at my 5.
You need people who can shoot. That's what you need.
My guy Kobe and LeBron can shoot just fine. But I need someone who can kind of
Shoot threes? I mean,
yeah. The open look.
Yeah.
They never doubt an all-time great's ability to shoot well for at least one series.
Hey, late career Kobe.
Yeah, I mean, in facts. Lakers Kobe will shoot lights out. Oh,
Lakers
give
Kobe.
me Dirk. Give me Dirk.
Lakers Kobe.
Lakers Kobe.
That's
Hornets
the
Kobe, dude.
only version of Kobe there is. But
Yeah.
I'll take Dirk at my 4.
Tim Duncan is shutting Dirk down.
Nah, Dirk literally gave him 40 in a game 6 of the second round to beat him in a series too.
Dirk lost in the first round to the 8th seed.
Dirk had the toughest finals run of any player ever, and he won.
Hakeem.
Yeah, it's Hakeem, but Hakeem. Oh, yeah, that's true. Hakeem and Dirk are up there. It's those two. Yeah, but you would say Hakeem because you're a Rockets fan.
Yeah, because I'm biased.
Yeah, exactly. But now I need a 3 though, man. Unless I move LeBron and take a point guard, but there aren't really any point guards that have won Finals MVP. Oh wait, no, I could take Magic and move LeBron to the 3. Which
Magic doesn't
like,
fit in your team.
I know, yeah, because you won. You know what? It's fine. Magic Johnson can distribute the basketballs and make this work and make this lineup sing, especially because Dirk can stretch for me at the 4. Give me Magic Johnson. Magic, Kobe, LeBron, Dirk, and Shaq.
Okay.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, you took my pick. I had Magic written down already, pretty much. Did Walt Frazier win a Finals MVP?
No, he didn't. Willis Reed still won it. That's the funny thing.
God dang it.
Walt Frazier was really good, though. Have you seen that Clayton Crowley video on him?
I have not, but he was really good.
Bro, if y'all look up Clayton Crowley, that man is actually one of the best YouTubers I've seen because his stuff is hilarious, but he actually makes like good points. You look up his video on Walt Frazier and then his video on Robert Horry. Oh my goodness, it's so funny.
What other point guards have won Finals MVP?
Chauncey Billups.
Did Tony Parker?
Tony Parker did in 2007 against the year they beat LeBron, which is crazy because it's like, Tim, how are you not winning Finals MVP?
I don't.
Against Anderson Varejao and Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
I don't know how I feel about Tony Parker next to Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that nasty little Frenchman. Steal your wife if you're not careful.
Cheat on his model wife with your teammate's wife.
Fred Berry did not, or who was it? Who did he do that? Was it Fred Berry? He did not deserve it.
It may have to be Tony Parker because I'm running through and I mean like the 80s are
Bob Cousy. Bob Cousy's right there, man.
It could be Bob Cousy.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so disgusting though.
He's better than Tony Parker.
Paul Pierce, man.
Probably not.
Or you could just move MJ to your point guard. MJ played point guard in the series against the Lakers and they won in 5. He averaged 11 assists.
So gross.
I don't know. The GOAT.
I hate that.
You have 5 seconds.
You know, whatever, Bob Cousy.
Oh my gosh.
I'm prioritizing connectivity and defense over positions. So give me 2019 Kawhi as my final pick.
Fair enough.
Which, yeah, it doesn't really fit in, like, as a shooting guard.
He's a 3-and-D guy.
Did Bob Cousy win a Finals MVP?
I don't know. Did he?
Did Bob Cousy win a Finals MVP?
I thought he did in, like, 1958.
Oh, wait.
He may have. Yeah, wait. Fact check me, because I may need to
Jerry,
take a different pick.
You could have took Jerry West. A dog.
Jerry West was a shooting guard.
He could play point guard. He played point guard sometimes.
He did play point guard sometimes.
Yeah,
tell me
honestly,
Bob Cousy did not.
Bob Cousy just didn't win a Finals MVP. Maddox looking it up.
If he didn't, then Jerry West would be my pick.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh, I'm really trying to think of Finals MVPs, but it is kind of the same guys year after year.
It's the same guys. Essentially, like the '80s were Celtics.
No,
the '90s. He didn't.
He did not.
Jerry West.
Hey, Jerry West. The only guy to ever win a Finals MVP after losing the series, Jerry West. 40 points and 10 assists on one leg.
James, say your team. Everyone say out your teams.
All right. At my 1, I have Magic Johnson. At my 2, I have Kobe. At my 3, I have LeBron. At my 4, I have Dirk Nowitzki. And at my 5, I have Shaq.
That's pretty good. At my 1, I have Jerry West. At my 2, I have MJ. At my 3, I have Larry Bird. At my 4, I have Tim Duncan. At my center, I have Hakeem.
Okay. At my 1, I have Steph. At my 2, I have Kawhi. 3, KD. 4, Giannis, and 5, Bill Russell. I'm clamps. I'm clamps around besides Steph, everyone is clamping.
I think my lineup's pretty great defensively and pretty great offensively.
Well, all of these are great offensively too.
Yeah.
I'm taking my team defensively too, though. I don't have a player shorter than 6'6", and I got the greatest passers of all time, the greatest scorer of all time, one of the best closers of all time, the most dominant physical center, and
the greatest scorer of all time.
LeBron.
There's a lot of things you can say about LeBron. I don't think he's a better scorer than Michael Jordan.
Hey, yeah. Who's got the most points of all time?
Hey, he's the most versatile
for
scorer.
21 years. Yeah, versatile. Yeah, that's something you can say.
But he still passed. He still passed all of them before they reached that milestone too, though. So.
Yeah. I'm taking my team.
I'm taking my team, and I'm sure Maddoc's taking his team.
Yeah, I'm taking my team. My team is locking everyone down.
Nah, you can't lock down LeBron and Kobe, though.
Well, Hakeem's going to send Bill Russell to the retirement home.
Hey, guess who else is there? Giannis.
Okay, Tim Duncan.
Okay, I mean, yeah, but
big fundamental. He'll handle a drop step.
The only player in my lineup that's not a top 10 player of all time is Jerry West.
And he's still like 13 in ESPN's 100.
Yeah, he's still like top 20 at least.
Plus, he's got 2 white boys. That's aura.
Larry Bird is clear.
Larry Bird's clear, yes, sir. Awesome. All right. Do y'all want to do a tier list for small forwards real quick?
We probably should.
Sure.
Just to continue the lineup.
Just to hate on Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram, 30. Austin Reeves, 30.
Oh, my gosh.
Austin Reeves. How did Austin Reeves make his way onto this list, we asked?
He probably played small forward at some point.
He's 31.
Yeah. Just add his photo on there.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Dylan Brooks, top 5. Tell me I'm wrong.
Is he a small forward? I thought he was like a shooting guard or something.
Our shooting guard is Jalen Green.
Bro.
Oh, this one's a small forwards and power forwards list. Why would I want both, man?
Is it just a wing list, I guess?
We could just go through and only put the small forwards from it on the list.
That is true.
Facts. Actually, yeah, that's true. We'll just do that.
And then make the things like 30 to 25, whatever like that.
I'm doing that right now here.
Yeah.
No, that's too technical. We just got to go off of vibes.
I love arguing, though.
Yeah, I love arguing.
But we gotta argue between like S tier and like I don't want to be like, oh, this is definitely the number 5. Like,
because Maddoc wants to be able to put Brandon Ingram in A tier.
No, I'll actually maybe.
the Dylan Brooks in C tier, or not Dylan Brooks, the Brandon Ingram in C tier is gonna be amazing.
Yeah. C tier is crazy. What the heck?
Dylan Brooks is better than Brandon Ingram.
I already made it by numbers. So.
Tell me I'm wrong.
That's crazy.
Back it up.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
All right.
Bro got traded to the Raptors mid-season and is like, didn't make the playoffs.
And both his teams missed the playoffs.
He's so bad, both of them missed.
All right, here we are, boys.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
I guess yes. I guess our first person on this list is Trey Murphy.
Can we just put it back to like S-A, B-C? Because how are you supposed to put someone like
I mean, hey, you can do what Tristan and I did. We kind of just started off, and then as things got cramped, we moved stuff around. Off of vibes,
my gut feeling.
We pretty much figured it out at the end.
My gut feeling
is that he's in where?
21 through 25.
What?
Maybe after this year, 16.
I'd say he's 16 to 20.
I was thinking like 11 to 15. Trey Murphy's really good.
How about
He
we
is
put him
really
in 1
good.
through
Is
5
he?
to start?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I
Let's
think
put him
he's
in
the
1. Yeah. Let's
We're
lock it
not
in.
serious. All right.
No, put it back to 11, 15. 11 to 15.
I want to say he's borderline. Maybe he's 50. It
Or
depends.
we can leave him in
on-
16 to 20, and we can
Yeah.
move him up if we need to.
All right.
Starting in the
are we
middle is good.
either Devin Vassell or Harrison Barnes? Just because who started more games?
I think
Was it
Vassell
Barnes?
plays small forward because I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'd put him in 21 to 25 or 26 to 30, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think I disagree with that. I think 21 through 25. He'll be at the end of that.
Let's
though.
start 21-25.
Sure.
The Mavs, PJ Washington or Najee Marshall?
PJ Washington's the power forward. Najee Marshall is or actually, I guess Najee Marshall might be the 2 guard.
So who's their
Yeah,
3?
I don't know who plays for small forward. For
Cooper
I think
Flag,
it's let's go PJ Washington because they technically have 2 bigs. So I think he'd
PJ
be
Washington is 26 to 30.
No.
what?
PJ Washington's good. I'd actually probably put him as far as fit goes right now. I think I'd put PJ ahead of Trey Murphy, but I'm fine.
No, that is disgusting. I disagree.
Is
It's fine. I'll put him behind for now. I guess who's the 3 for the
Bro,
Grizzlies?
what? Desmond Bane is not.
yeah, I don't.
Neither of those are correct.
Yeah, I don't think so either. We'll move to Amen Thompson.
Who is the 3
or
for the
Dylan
Grizzlies?
Brooks. I guess Amen Thompson's the shooting guard, so Dylan Brooks is the small forward.
Amon Thompson plays power forward
Forward,
more
right?
than he does small forward. It'd be Dylan.
Oh,
Brooks.
he's listed as the 2, I think, in 2K now or something crazy.
Dylan Brooks can go in 26 to 30.
Dylan
No,
Brooks is
not
11
Dylan.
to 15.
Dylan the villain.
Dylan Brooks is 1 to
What?
5.
All right,
Guys, stop that. No, put him in 26 to 30.
Maddoc started to have like CTE, bro.
Oh, you're
He's
joking.
TST
You're
project.
joking, right?
Me?
Nah,
Maddoc.
he could be 21 to 25, sure.
It's fine. Kevin Durant can be
Brooks is
1
a top
through 5
15
right
one
now.
without debate.
It's fine. We'll get back to him. DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar
He can
DeRozan,
go 20 or 16 to 20, I guess.
yeah, he can get
He's
16
better
to
than
20.
both of these guys. I put him at the top.
Eh.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks ahead of him feels like right now.
No,
That feels
put
Yeah,
Dylan
it
Brooks
feels great.
down to 21 to 25, please. Oh,
Where's Jimmy
No,
Butler going?
Maddoc, you are crazy.
to 21 to 25? Dylan
Jimmy
Brooks is
Butler.
not that good.
Dylan Brooks,
Jimmy
he's
I feel
our-
like no.
he's our only good
Jim-
shooter, and no, Dylan Brooks is definitely a top 15 shooting guard or a small.
Uh,
forward.
That's crazy. He's not better than Trey Murphy. You cannot tell me that.
All right, Kawhi Leonard.
I won't.
Trey
say
Murphy
it,
is
but
so good this year.
Is
He
Kawhi
averaged
Leonard
20
top
points with clamps on defense.
Yeah,
Kawhi
Dylan Brooks
Leonard
also
top
had
5
clamps on
player?
defense. Kawhi, yeah, sure.
Is LeBron going top?
LeBron is number 1.
LeBron's number 1.
Actually, there's one guy I'd put ahead of LeBron.
Tatum? No.
Yes, actually. How did you guess?
Go ahead
Yes.
and grab Tatum and just put him in the 2 spot.
Okay, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I don't know who either of these guys are for the Jazz, which automatically makes them 30.
Yeah, true. One of them is Kyle
I don't know.
Filipowski, but he's a center, so
Yeah,
I don't know
he's a
why he's
center.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What is
yeah,
this
yeah,
list?
yeah. This is poorly done. Denny Avita could be.
He's actually really good.
He's
Yeah,
pretty
I
he's
put
good.
him in
11.
16 to 20.
I'd say
Actually, no,
16.
11 to
He's
15
I
because
put him ahead.
he's clamps.
Is he?
He's
Is
clamps.
he better than
Right.
DeMar DeRozan? I guess he does play.
Yeah,
better.
he is.
Yeah,
He has an amazing
right behind.
defense, and for the last, like when the Blazers were actually good, he was like playing as their 1 option, and he was averaging like 22 points per game.
Yeah. But you know what? This makes me realize we got to put Dylan Brooks ahead of Jimmy Butler. He can't be in the same.
What
team.
the-
Yeah, Dylan
Yeah.
Brooks is much better than Denny Avila.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's
Yeah.
not even debatable.
Yeah, I agree. Nikhil Alexander Walker, or is that Jaden McDaniels?
No, that's Jaden McDaniels.
McDaniels. He's
I
better
think
than
Eleven,
McDaniels-
15? 11 to 15.
Yeah,
he's at
behind
least
Avita, or
25.
I think he'd be ahead because of his defense.
No, I would say he's behind.
I'd say
Because Advia's like a Luka, like score, like light Luka. Like he can score 3 levels legitimately.
Fair enough. Michael never passed the ball. Porter Jr. I've honestly wanted to put
26 to 30. Yeah.
after this postseason
Except
run.
when he's against the Lakers and he's
I
number
feel
1.
like all right, we can have him there for now. I think he's at least in the 21-25.
Yeah,
Yes.
but man, his stock has gone down this year.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams, just put him at 30 right now.
I think we'll put him right behind Dylan Brooks.
No,
I put
what?
him in front. Okay, I put him in front of Dylan Brooks.
Okay, we're
Honestly,
moving Dylan Brooks down at the end of this. I know that for
Put
sure.
Dylan Brooks back to 11 to 15.
I put
No, put him in 21 to 25. He is not that good.
You cannot tell me there's 20 better small forwards than Dylan Brooks.
He's worse than everybody in 16 to 20, and you can't tell
No,
me
he's
any
not.
different. Who's he
He's
better
not.
than?
He is absolutely 10 million times better than PJ Washington.
No,
Yes.
PJ Washington is better.
No, he's
It's
by
fine.
far.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. All right. Chris Middleton.
You can go in
Chris Middleton.
21 to 25 right now.
It's crazy. I
Salute.
hate that part. Salute. Who are these
Why
guys?
is Kobe White on here?
It's Miles Bridges.
Are we counting him as a 3 for the sake of this? I guess he is a 3 now.
He is a
I
3.
feel like Brandon Miller.
You should go in. He should go in like 21 to 25 or 16 to 20. Dude, what
My
are you
bad,
doing?
I would say
One sec.
21,
Trust. We need another tier. How do I do that again?
Are you just gonna do like the beating your wife tier?
Yeah.
I'll do A for abuse.
I think you pressed the.
Yeah, he's like behind PJ Washington. He's actually good.
I think
He
he
is.
may be
I-
21 though.
Hey, guys, remember they're making the playoffs this year.
Oh yeah.
Playoff.
All right,
next
James,
year.
what are you doing? Why are we up here?
I was trying to figure out how to add a tier.
Oh, and it's fine. Just don't even add one. We don't need to add
really?
a tier because it'll mess up all the numbers.
It's okay. Trust the process.
We all know what he is. It's okay.
Fair enough.
No, what did you do? Delete it.
Maddox getting
No. Press the little. No, what are you doing?
I have messed up, boys. That's on me, but it's okay. We can add everybody back real quick.
Okay,
Sweet.
go to the little settings thing on where it says new. Yeah, go down. No. X that out. There you go. No. Now do it. Now press it. No, not the arrow.
Yeah, still working.
Not the arrow. Press the settings thing. Press the
But
settings
guys,
thing. No, we don't want to have the new tier. You want to delete it.
Chill, man. I'll delete it.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Anyway. Gosh. Andrew Wiggins.
He's probably
he can
top 5.
top 5. What?
No,
I feel like he's 11
he's
to
probably
15.
Yeah, 11,
Actually,
15.
Is he ahead of DeRozan though? Is he ahead of DeRozan?
Yes.
yeah.
Close your eyes.
I do not value DeMar DeRozan at all.
What do you think of Andrew Wiggins when you think of Andrew Wiggins? I think of a number 1 pick who did not exceed expectations.
First overall pick. Hey, NBA champion.
Zachary Ricochet. Are we putting Ricochet or Jalen Johnson? I think Ricochet is really.
It's
small.
Ricochet.
Johnson plays power forward.
He can go in 21 to 25 for now, but he's like the high end of that.
Yeah, he's probably at 21.
He's going to be good.
I guess
He's
is
good.
Matas Buzelis the guy we're looking at?
You skipped Franz.
Oh my God, we can't skip.
That's
Franz.
your goat.
Franz is 6 through 10 at least, like realistically.
Okay, we'll see.
He's also no. I'm dead serious. Like he will fit that. I'm pretty
Can
sure.
we
that's
move
what he
Dylan Brooks down like a tier?
did.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Just
Move him down 2
one-
tiers. In 3
No,
tiers.
3
Yeah,
tiers
there
is
we go.
insane. Like
That's
genuinely.
better.
No, that isn't.
There
No,
we
that
go.
is insane.
Here, at the end here, let's leave Dylan Brooks there for now, and then at the
Maddoc.
end we'll go and put him where he belongs, because you guys just do not understand the hindsight of this.
Maddoc.
Dylan
not
Brooks
Maddoc.
is okay.
Tristan, I don't think you realize you guys had the 30th worst small forward on your team and still were the 2 seed this year. That's pretty crazy.
The 30th
Also,
worst small
James,
forward was the second seed's best shooter.
James, you skipped the Jonathan Kuminga.
No, because we put Jimmy Butler there.
Oh, Jimmy Butler. You're right.
I put Jimmy Butler in 6.
Gum bucket.
That's right.
Feels right now.
Yeah. So now we're on
Asar
Buzelis.
Thompson or Tobias Harris.
No, we're
Oh,
at
yeah,
Buzelis. He
that's right.
skipped.
Yeah,
Buzelis
He's
has so
like
much talent.
he's like 21 to 25 as well.
Yeah, he's 21-25.
He's behind Ricochet.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what he does. He's got a lot of athleticism too, so I hope he does really well. Are we doing Asar Thompson or Tobias Harris?
I think it's Asar.
Yeah, Harris is power forward.
Cool.
Asar can go.
Elite defender, but really not a lot of.
He should be ahead of Chris Middleton.
And he should be ahead of Buzelis realistically too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
really,
No, Ricochet is better. Ricochet actually showed scoring, like really good scoring.
And he's not an awful defender, so
He's pretty good, actually, I think.
yeah.
All right, Kyle
Kuzma, 30.
Kuzma,
Yeah,
yeah.
honestly, Dylan Brooks, you are not the worst small forward on this list. Oh my gosh.
Aaron Neesmith, actually, ahead of
11 to 15.
PJ Washington, I say.
You think that much better than everybody else?
He's that good. He's that good.
PJ
He's
Washington.
an
I don't
elite
like
3 and D.
I don't like PJ Washington like that. I don't know.
PJ Washington is worse than him.
I don't know where the PJ Washington love came from.
From
It
that
came from
series
him
against the
being a
Thunder last year.
yeah, being a critical piece on a finals team.
Okay.
It wasn't undeserved. Max Strus. I'm not voting him.
26 to 30. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Better than
Like when he texted his teammates and was like, "If you don't believe, don't show up to work," and then went 0 for 9 in the elimination
That's
game.
actually nasty work. I cannot believe he did that.
That sounds like something Jason Tatum would do.
Yeah,
Paul
true.
George, who washed playoff.
Paul George, honestly, he's like under Reese Shea. He was that bad.
Yeah, I feel like he'd be behind Chris Middleton.
No, Chris Middleton, he's still better than Chris Middleton.
At least Chris Middleton
Yeah,
was in
I
the
agree.
podcast talking about like, so what was your welcome to the moment?
Yeah, welcome to the NBA.
Welcome to
He's better than Chris Middleton.
Okay, so are we moving Ricochet up then?
I would,
We're
yeah.
moving.
Then we have to move DeRozan up.
Which
Okay.
means Dylan Brooks is right where he
Why do
belongs.
we have Dylan Brooks at 29?
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out at the end.
Cam Johnson?
Cam
Does
Johnson,
play small forward or power forward?
I think he's small.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he is a small one.
I think he'd go in the 16 to 20 range, like around where Trey Murphy is.
Yeah, he's pretty
Do we
good.
realistically think Cam Johnson's better than Michael Porter Jr. though?
Yes. Easily.
Better than DeRozan?
Cam Johnson does.
Yeah,
Hold up.
behind
Cam
DeMar DeRozan.
Cam
Cam Johnson
not-
does not actively hurt his team.
Cam Johnson's not.
I would put Trey Murphy ahead of him and put Cam Johnson to the next tier.
Below or above Aaron Neesmith or PJ Washington?
I say above.
I feel like he has to do more than Washington did though for a team. I think I'd put him below.
He was on the
If you want
final
to.
Suns team.
Yeah, but he was on the bench.
He played really well though.
I would
I
put
think
him
I
above
put him
Ball.
there. I put him above the abuser, and then. All right. Oh, look at that, Brandon Ingram.
30.
Brandon Ingram, you can go in the wait, scroll up more.
There we go. Fix the list.
Number 31.
I'm fine with putting him in 11 to 15. He's around like Danny Advia. He's probably better than him. He's more
not better
scoring.
than Jaden McDaniels.
No, yeah, put him in 6 to 10. 6 to 10.
This is madness. Tristan, any words on this?
I think this is disgusting. I think he is 16 to 20.
What? You're disrespecting?
Honestly,
You just
honestly,
forget about Brandon. Just because he's injured doesn't mean he's bad.
Okay,
Maddoc, close
He's
your
actually
eyes.
good.
Maddoc, close your eyes.
Is
What
he
do you
better than Trey Murphy?
think of Trey Murphy? No.
No, he's
Trey
not.
Murphy had an elite year,
Yeah.
and I
And
get it.
Brandon
His team-
Ingram was mid.
Fine, I can agree to that.
But
I
that
don't
means we
think-
have to move Denny Avita into the 6 through 10.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
think
I agree.
Is he a top 10 small forward?
he
I feel
kind of
like
is.
he is.
He's like one of the elite defenders and was playing one option hoops and having and like efficiently scoring like 20, 24 points per game. I'd
He was
say that's
good,
easily.
but it's only been like one season.
Denny Advia better than Franz Wagner. You heard it here first. And
That's
Jalen
not
Williams all right.
Not true. That's insane. I don't want to
I-
hear that.
Also,
Denny
we
only
can put
had one
Franz ahead of
season.
Jalen Williams. Denny Advia goes up to 6 to 10
I think
for
Trey
now.
Murphy
We can
was-
change it if we don't like it at the end.
Okay.
I feel like I have Trey Murphy.
Put Trey Murphy at the like the front
Yeah.
of this tier.
Yeah.
I think
All right.
I think I'd rather have Trey Murphy.
I
That's
put
more
Ingram
appropriate.
ahead. I think I put.
No,
Ingram
I disagree.
DeRozan.
Well, it depends on what you. I think Denny Advia is better as like a star. Trey Murphy's
Okay.
better as like a role player.
I think we might
I
be.
think-
flipping
So it depends on their
a
roles.
little bit.
If
I
we're-
feel like
if we're being-
McDaniels should go again.
If we're being
I
for
agree.
real, I think Brandon Ingram's better than DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Wait, really?
I'd
I don't
agree
know.
with that.
DeRozan?
I would say so.
Ugh.
They're similar, but I think Brandon Ingram just has a little bit more like other things.
DeRozan's
besides
old now.
Other things.
Yeah.
All right. Josh.
Scotty Barnes.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Scotty
Oh, yeah.
Barnes.
We just put Brandon Ingram already.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
you're right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. OG Anunoby because Josh Hart plays the 4. I think.
Yeah, OG.
Don't start
OG's
putting
good.
Anderson. OG's good.
I'd say
OG's top
he's
10.
behind Aaron Nesmith, but ahead of everyone else.
Behind Aaron Easton? Interesting.
I would
Yeah,
say
I would say-
OG's
I
in
would
the
say
top
so.
10.
Oh
OG's
wow,
really good.
he's not.
I
No,
don't
he's
think
not
OG's
better
good.
than.
OG dropped 40 in a game this year too. Like
Yeah,
has
OG
not
OG
been
is
good.
definitely
He's had some good.
OG is
performances.
at the very least the same level.
Okay,
as
I can get behind him being in the tier ahead. I don't know if he's
I-
top 10.
I think I'd put
I'd
him
still
ahead
rather
of
have
Anthony.
Trey Murphy.
I'd put him ahead
He's
of
not.
Rosen.
I think he's better than Denny,
No,
or at least
absolutely
on the very
not.
Let's just stick with this.
I like where we're at right now.
All right, and then I guess last but not least, it's the
Jason
Green
Tatum, put him
Arrow.
at 2.
Yeah, put him behind LeBron.
Dang,
Wait,
think
do we
Tatum's
miss one?
better than Durant? Yeah, it looks like
No,
we
we
did.
just
Yeah,
have.
he's.
I think we have one extra. Oh yeah, we did miss one.
Who did we miss? Oh wait, was Brandon Ingram wearing a Pelicans jersey? Is that
Oh
why?
no, we skipped.
No,
We
he-
skipped the Grizzlies because they didn't have a small forward on here.
Oh, that's right.
Who was
Desmond
the
Bay,
Grizzlies small
you are
forward?
30th.
There you go.
I think they run a 3-guard lineup. So that's why Bane plays the 3.
Okay, just put Bane. Bane is better than Andrew Wiggins,
would
worse
be-
than DeMar DeRozan. Or, yeah, I'd say actually worse than Andrew Wiggins because his defense isn't there.
Oh, okay.
Right behind, ahead of McDaniels, worse than Wiggins. So that
So
means
Butler's
Jimmy
top
Butler
5.
in the top 5 is crazy. No, I can't do
Butler
that.
was-
Brandon
Really?
Ingram in the top 10.
Guys, there's just
Yeah.
not a lot
OG is better
of
than
top
Brandon Ingram. OG is better than Brandon Ingram.
I would disagree. Hey, Brendan
Yeah,
Ingram has proven to be a volume scorer.
But so is OG at times. He's just
OG's
the
better
third
at
option
No.
who's got more talent.
He's better at defense, but like, does that outweigh?
The Knicks this year, if they had Brandon Ingram instead of OG, are worse.
Agreed, but like, you could say the same thing about like the Knicks this year. If they had Luka instead of OG, they'd be worse. That's true.
But
Because
Luka
that's
and
just
OG
the
don't
wrong
play the same
fit.
position.
I don't
Luka
know.
and OG
Well,
don't
you
play
could
the
say
same
this.
position.
You could. I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about like if they had, I don't know, Kevin Durant. Actually, they'd probably be better if
They
Kevin
would.
Durant.
Yes, they would be better. Than Durant.
Oh wait, actually Durant would give them a lot of more scoring.
I think we're glazing Denny.
Yeah, we
Denny's
might be.
that good. I'm telling you.
It's only been 1 year
but
though.
Portland's also trash, and Denny gets the ball way more than a lot of these guys do.
I want to say he was efficient though. Here, let me look him up.
Yeah, but like Portland,
Season.
until it starts translating to a little bit of winning, but like Portland's just gutter.
Well, they were
It's
actually
not-
decent though.
If we're gonna have
They
the-
trolled.
They
They
were
trolled
in
at the
purgatory.
beginning of the year when they were actually winning games. It was because Denny had been really good.
They're in basketball purgatory right now.
They've been best
I know.
for
Actually, I
15 years.
think they'll actually be pretty decent eventually.
Yeah,
Should
eventually.
be.
Shaden Sharp, man, I want him to develop so badly.
All right, so Denny shot 48% from the field and 37% from 3. I feel like that's pretty good.
He's Brandon Ingram.
Wait, you said 40% from the field and 30%?
48.
No, 48
Oh, I was like, that's
and 37% from 3.
Yeah, pretty much the exact same as Brandon Ingram.
What about Trey Murphy? Because if Trey Murphy has better stats,
I'm fine with putting Trey Murphy ahead of him, but I think he's way better than OG Anunoby.
I don't think
I
he
really
is.
don't know about that. OG.
He is their defense, or is it like comparable? He's a really good defender, and he's better at offense and creating for himself rather than catch and shoot.
But OG
I
can
don't-
create for himself too. OG's had nights where he's had.
Not really.
Has Denny dropped 40 in a
Okay.
game this year?
He dropped 30, like a lot.
OG's been good more than one season though.
But
That's
this
true.
is I'm grading them based upon like how I perceive them.
I know.
Like, it doesn't just because it's 1 year doesn't take. Just because it's 1 year doesn't like I envision Denny being the worst year of Denny's career going from here on. Like he's only gonna get better. Like
But what if
I
next
don't
year he has
have a fear of him
another
being
step back?
worse.
I'm thinking
I don't
of
think
OG
he's gonna-
right now. Defense, shooting, the ability to shot create, help at times. I'm thinking of Denny. Nothing.
No, he literally does all of those things better than OG besides maybe defense, but that's like a very small
I
gap.
would take OG's defense. I would take OG over him.
No, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Not with a good conscience, he can't.
James, you're the pick.
Intervention has been made, and I think that OG Anunoby
Oh my
right now,
gosh.
for the time being, is more
No,
valuable.
no, he's not better.
Yeah,
People
I
glaze OG
disagree.
so much.
You're glazing
he's
Denny.
I'm not,
OG has
though. You guys just go look up a Denny
I like-
Advia
no.
2024-2025 season mixtape after this and tell me you
But
disagree.
after only one season, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
Brett
know.
Oh my
Usher probably
gosh.
has a good one. We're looking up Denny right now.
Can
Also,
we put
I'm
Dylan
kind of-
Brooks in the spot he actually belongs in?
Yeah.
Can we move Dylan Brooks?
Dylan Brooks is fine, man. Dylan Brooks ain't moving nowhere.
Look up Dylan
In
Brooks'
reality,
stats,
I think
Maddoc.
Dylan Brooks is probably like between Asar and Matas Vazelis.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I feel like
listen,
that's fair.
He's not worse than Ricochet.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. Listen, you can't be the best shooter and a top 3 defender, probably the second best defender on the 50-win team, and be a bottom 10 small forward.
Yes, you
That's
can.
fair.
'Cause
Asar's
we
still
just
young.
did it.
Nah. We can move him ahead of Ricochet.
Fine.
He's got a proof. Yeah, I love
Now-
hating on Dylan Brooks, but
That's
Me
fine.
personally,
No higher. No higher.
I'd put him above PJ Washington.
I think this is perfect, guys.
No, he cannot go above. I can maybe agree in isolation, but PJ Washington is ahead of Cam Johnson, who's ahead of Miles Bridges. I don't think he's better than Miles Bridges.
See, I don't think Cam Johnson should be below PJ Washington.
I agree.
I
I think Cam
think
Johnson
Dylan
should be
Brooks.
higher.
Fine. we
I
can
think
move
Dylan
ahead,
Brooks
right?
is better than PJ Washington or PJ Washington and Miles Bridges.
I would maybe Miles Bridges. I don't know.
I
PJ
think
Washington has done it in the
definitely-
playoffs.
I'll put
He's
him
done it in the
ahead of Miles Bridges.
playoffs.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks is definitely better than Miles Bridges, though. That's
Sure.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that spot. I would put him higher,
Tristan
but I'm fine with
arguing
that
his Dylan Brooks' way into the top
Also,
20
can we-
small forwards.
spot. I mean, just tell me I'm wrong though, because he's the best shooter and the second best defender on a 50-win team.
But that team also has like 0 shooting and a bunch of athletes, so they made up for it in other ways. That really doesn't like
Also,
being the best shooter
One
on
of the
the
best
Rockets
defensive
doesn't really
teams.
mean.
Okay, but second best defender and one of the best defensive teams and that's only second best because we have Amon Thompson.
Guys, can we move
What?
Jimmy Butler out of the top 5?
I think no, Butler's in the top.
Does
5.
he? But
I
does he
hate
warrant
him.
it?
I hate him.
Whenever he was asked to do anything besides get carried by Steph, he was like literally unable to do anything productive. He
I mean,
literally had
but
an entire
Franz-
playoff series without Steph Curry, and he scored more than 20 points once
That's fair, but that means we
while
have to put
getting
Franz
all
in
of the
top
whistles.
5. We have to
Was
put Franz.
Franz-
in
I'm
top
fine with
5.
that.
Franz?
Hey James, I'm handshake right now. I'm fine with putting Franz ahead of Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
He showed more as a one option.
That's true. Franz is actually like got.
Let's put Jalen
more
Williams
offensive
above Jimmy Butler.
versatility.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that.
Maddoc has come to a crossroads and hates
Yeah.
both.
I hate both of those plays. Let's just put Trey Murphy ahead of both of them. How about that?
Hey, my guy. I'm done.
Let's
I
go.
don't hate
We
that.
gotta talk about
That's
how much
honestly
can we
though.
put-
Honestly
Can we
though.
put Trey Murphy in the top 5?
Is Trey Murphy a top 6 small forward right now? That's crazy.
Is
The
he
bar
better than
really is not that-
Franz? It's close.
I think
It's
he's better than Kawhi. The thought of
He's
Trey
not better than
Murphy,
Kawhi. The top
the
4
thought
is
of
locked.
Trey Murphy is kicking our ass right now.
Yeah.
We're like, but
Trey
what he
Murphy
could
on
be.
paper is so good.
Yeah,
He was really good this
Bro,
season. He
he's
scored
really
like 20
good.
points and
He is.
I saw
Good
that Brett
defense.
Usher mixtape of him on Twitter at the end of the year, and it was like, ooh, that does something to me. I might have to put him a little higher. No, but I think this is kind of it right there.
This
I
is
mean,
big.
Trey Murphy honestly should be like 8 just until he proves more, but I'm fine with that, man.
He's probably below Jimmy
Yeah.
Butler, but still.
But when you
Nah.
watch him shoot the ball, man, his jump shot is so pure, and then he's just like a good
It
defender
is.
too. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I that idea is it's a great idea. So I think guys, I think we did a great job. I think the only adjustment I would make is there we go. Perfect.
Yep.
What?
Tatum at 1. Let's go.
No.
Tatum at 1. Yeah, that's
Stop
really
that.
the
green
only.
Stop that. Actually,
boomer.
no. Okay. No.
Okay, well here's
Awesome.
the thing though. If you're listing your top 10 players in the league, would you say LeBron before you say Jason Tatum?
Yeah, if a healthy Tatum, I probably would put Tatum now at this juncture in his career, to be honest.
Here's the thing though.
Does Tatum have aura?
We did it. That's all I have to say. He's 2.
It is
We did it.
LeBron versus Jason Tatum.
We actually did it.
We did it. Kevin Durant put the snake.
What
back
they
in
gonna
the
say
door.
now?
Can we put a
Oh
fraud
my
above
gosh.
Tatum?
A lot of people ask what we would do if we didn't win. I guess we'll never
I guess
know.
we'll never know.
I don't.
hate that term.
We should make the first tier just 4 people.
Honestly, though, it feels
Make
weird
the
to have
second tier
Franz
5
in
to
there.
10. Yeah, take Franz out of that top tier.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm
It
happy
does
with
look
that.
nice
Me,
that
Maddoc.
it's 5.
All right, I think I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been
that's a fire.
episode. That was nice. We managed to drag this out for an hour 46. The best part of this episode by far was debating if Brandon Ingram could be
The
a second
Raptors.
option on a
The
young
hypothetical
Raptors
Raptors.
team. The hypothetical Raptors. That's so much. It'll be like Maddoc when it's like those memes where it's like Maddoc when it comes to creating a Giannis team surrounded around the Raptors and arguing with Tristan to the death over Brandon Ingram being a second option, and it's like LeBron highlights with all of the lights in the background.
Watch the trade actually go down, and it's like the last game of the season determines whether they're the 5 seed or the 6 seed.
That would be so funny, man. We would have to like live
We should stream
watch
that game, yeah.
Yeah, if
We-
the hypothetical the hypothetical Raptors.
The
That's
hypothetical
gonna be like a
Raptors
channel
is what we
bit.
call them. That's awesome. The
Yeah,
hypothetical Raptors.
the
We should
hypothetical
also
Raptors.
we should live stream watch a finals game together though.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I'm gonna be
If I
on a
can.
road trip the entire finals.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well,
that's
hey, what if
okay.
it goes 7 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it goes 7 games, I might have to stream from the car.
Hey,
Game-
FMHY.net.
Yeah.
FMH.
All right, see you guys.
All right, see ya.